Welcome to Fabulosity For You, and my name is Angie. If this is your first time watching my channel, please click the subscribe button, then click the notification bell, so when I upload videos, you'll be the first to know. Like this video and make a comment. This channel is about fashion, relationship advice, and lifestyle. If this is not your first time visiting my channel, well, welcome back, my queens, and welcome to the kings out there. Okay, so today I am doing the review of the 90-Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 7, Episode 19, Never Let Me Go. So this is the last episode before we go into the tell-all. So I'm so excited. We finally made it through. I mean, we had 19 episodes, okay? They give you so many episodes before we get to the tell-all. And so I just want to say that if you've been watching me and you have not subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting on? Subscribe. Just click that subscribe button so that you can be a part of all my giveaways and you can listen to my advice, my dear Angie, my celebrity gossip, the reviews of the shows, and you can look at my fashion. So before we begin, I just want to say, it's Matching Wednesday. It's Matching Wednesday. Go get your drink of choice. Go get your snack of choice and come back and sit with your girl Angie. Email, text, call. You better stick a letter in the bottle, baby, and let everybody know that Angie is on the line. Okay, so we're going to jump right into this particular episode. Our first couple we're going to talk about is Niles and Matilda. So Niles and Matilda, they honeymooned all night. I thought maybe they had slept together before they got married, but the way they was acting, this is probably the first time they slept together and was intimate as man and wife. So I want to congratulate them. And so they woke up and they both looked so happy. And Matilda said, now you a man. Now you let me know you a real man. And Niles was just smiling, and she said that she was satisfied and happy, and he was happy. And honey, she said she want to go for round 2, okay? And so after they went for round 2, she decided to take Niles around her village and show him some of the traditions of the Nigerians. And so they saw a show and they were dancing. The natives were dancing, and he said he really can't dance. And all the music and the dancing was really bad for somebody that has autism. But because he loved Matilda, he said he's going to work through it. He said it's time for him to start working through a lot of things because he has a wife now and he wants to make her happy. And so after that, they went to eat. And while they were eating, Matilda said, I've been wanting to ask you a question. And he said, what is it? She said, how did you lose your job, Niles? And he was like, well, I really don't know. I wasn't given an answer. And she said, come on now, you live in the United States. You just getting fired for nothing? And he said, well, I live in Alabama, and in the state of Alabama, they can fire you for nothing. And she said, are you lying to me? And he was like, no, I'm not lying. And she said, well, you have lied a lot to me. And I want to know why. And he said, well, I just was afraid. And she said, do I look like a lion to you? And he said, no, it's just that I didn't want you to think that I'm less than a man, that I'm not a man because I can't provide. I don't have a job. I don't have much money. And I didn't think you would accept me or know how to handle it. And she said, well, I'm letting you know now, that I want you to be able to talk to me. I want you to be able to tell me whether it's good or bad. I want to know. I want you to be honest. And he said, it's really been hard because of my autism. I do a lot of masking. And it's hard, but I'm going to do my best, Matilda. And she said, that's what you need to do. And Matilda, and I really don't believe he don't know why he was fired. Because at the end of the day, even though all companies can really fire you without a reason, but they're going to tell you what the problem was with you. Okay? So I don't believe Niles, and neither does Matilda. So the next day, they're on their way to the airport, and they're in the car, and Matilda's breaking down, and she's like crying and says she's going to miss him. And I'm sorry, my allergies is bothering me. And it's like she is like saying, I'm going to miss my squish, my squishy. Oh my God, who's going to love me? Who's going to take care of me? Who's going to say squishy to me? And so the producer said when they got to the airport, what would you like to say to Niles? And she said, I love you. And she said, when they got to the airport, she laid hands on that man and she prayed. She said, I mean, she was praying in her tongue language. She was praying. She prayed. I heard something about money and safety. She was praying for that man. And so even though I really have problems with Nigerian women and them being honest with American men, she really was acting like she was loving that man. Now, I don't know if she was crying because she wanted to go with him to the United States. And she crying, hoping that he'll come back and get her. Or do she really love her? You can put what you think in the comments. What I'm trying to tell you guys, and I've been saying it all along, people I know have encounters with Nigerian women, and their whole family be involved in the deception. And they will cry, they will lay hands, and all of that until they get their visa, their green card, and then that's it. They change like overnight. So she in my heart, I really felt sorry for Matilda. I thought she was being genuine, but I really don't know because they some great actresses. They really are. So Niles, on the other hand, was very happy that she was showing that much emotion of love, that she was going to miss him. He never experienced that before. And it made him feel good and made him feel like he made the right decision. He said that he really didn't have any intentions on marrying her on this trip, so he never did the investigation to find out how long it's going to take, what he needs to do, but he's going to get started. And he wants to give Matilda everything that she needs. He said the job called him. He told Matilda a job call that he had an interview with before he came here. And they said he had the job and he'll start in 2 weeks. Now, I hope he's not masking. I hope he's telling the truth that he has this job. But I think that Niles love her, and I think that he's going to come back and get her. But we'll have to wait and see on the tell-all. Okay, so next we're going to talk about Sunny and Veah. Now, Sunny bought a chocolate cake, and she's so naive because she has not done the homework on Muslim people. And she feels like a cake is going to make up for the fact that she ran off from the, she stepped away from the table and ran off when she was talking with Sunny's father. Sunny really don't think that the cake is going to do any good, but he's following her lead. He has hope like she has hope, but he knows it's not going to work. So they meet with the father. They have him order tea. He sees the cake, and he came to the table with an attitude. He came to the table like, okay, I drink some tea. But a cake, what is this cake supposed to do or mean to me? So Veah started talking, and she was like, the cake is because I'm sorry for what has happened. I'm sorry that I had left the table like that. And he said, why did you do that? And she said, because I have anxieties. I felt uncomfortable with things you were saying. And I had to step away from my own mentality, for my own mental health. I had to step away. So he was like, well, that's just not how we do things. It's a disgrace to do that. And she said, well, I thought I would bring the cake as an apology. And he said, no, it's too late. And she said, too late for what? It's too late to apologize. It's been done. So all this time, Sonny's looking down like this because he knows that he did wrong. He did not ask his father or tell his father he was going to get engaged. And so Veah felt like, wow, maybe Sonny was right. Maybe I shouldn't have forced him, well, not forced, but say to him that we need to talk to his father when he wasn't ready. So Sonny's father said, listen, you need to stop talking. Sonny, what's going on? And he said, Father, I made a mistake. And he said, what was the mistake? We got engaged. I proposed to her. So you say you're going to marry her? And he said, yes. And he said, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. And so Veah was like, no, we not what? And so she was like, you know what? My husband's making a lot of noise. I'm sorry. One moment. I'm videotaping. Sorry about that, guys. So she was like, no, what? No, you guys aren't getting married. So Sonny was like, yeah, Dad, she's going to be with me forever. I'm marrying her. She makes me happy. And he said, well, you know what this means, right? And so he was like, what? It means that you go your way, I go mine. Because you disrespecting our tradition. You act like you embarrassed of our family. And so he was like, no, that's not, I'm done talking. So the father walks away and he's done. Now, I think the father would not like Veah whether she converted or not. And he did ask her that. And she said she's still not going to convert. Whether she converts or not, she will not be good enough because she's a foreigner. And he called her a foreigner. I believe that at the end of the day, Sonny knew by coming to his family with a foreigner that she would not be accepted. But this is what he decided to do. It's a lot of Muslim women he could have had in his own country, but he chose an American one with the tattoos and all of the things. So he's distraught and he's upset, and Veah feels really bad that maybe they should have waited. And what she feels is she's here now and he's standing strong, but when she leaves, she's wondering, is he really going to stand strong? And I don't know if he's going to stand strong or not, because I think he works for his father at a store. I believe that his father really didn't raise him. His father at some point was not around and then came back into his life. But at the end of the day, this is how people from other countries and different religions behave. And if Veah did her homework, she would know that. How important it is to convert, regardless of what Sonny said. So, will Sonny continue to be engaged with Veah? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So the next day, Veah is going back to the United States. And we just have to wait till the tell-all to see what happens. So the next couple we're going to talk about is Joah and Magda. Now, Magda, as I've been saying, is a big red flag. She get on my nerves. Anyway, the next day, the episode starts off where he says he's trying to talk nice to her, and she's like, I gotta walk the dog. And he's saying that he hates that he lied to her, that she is really somebody that he loves, and he wants to make it right. So he goes outside and he tells her, listen, it's not what you think. I have nothing going on with her. I am so sorry that I did not tell the truth. And I want to make it work. You are somebody that I want to marry, but you need to come to the United States. You need to visit my family before I make that big decision. And he really looks like he means what he says. And so she says, okay, I forgive you. And he gives her this necklace. And she's even more happy. So the next day, he's going home. It's a real sad goodbye. She's making it, and he's kissing her, and he says he's gonna call her, text her, and he tells her, I'm gonna marry you when you come to the United States. Now, I still say she has red flags all over her, because at the end of the day, I think she's a bad lady. You gon' hurt your back carrying all those bags like that. She has daddy issues. Her father did her mama wrong and said he did her wrong, and she hate men. She used to hate men because of her father. And I think she still has those issues. And that's why she's very jealous. She snaps off, and she wants to get married because she wants love. She's looking for love, probably from her father that left her, is what she's looking for love for. And she's looking it through men. And so she wants to hurry up and get married. I mean, she's 23 years old. Why do you want to hurry up and get married? Why would you quit your job, your good government job, and to marry a man from another country that you have never seen and say you will have his baby? So that's a big red flag. And it's a red flag to Joe. I wouldn't want to marry her. Girl, bye. You got too many issues. And I'll take your eyeballs and her eyeballs and crush them. Girl, you doing all of that. How are you going to marry somebody with no trust? Somebody you can't probably not going to be able to go out with your friends no more. So I really don't think that Magda is somebody he should marry, because she has red flags. She has baggage that she really needs to address before she talk about getting married. This is not the first time right away she wants to marry somebody. Her friends explained to him she did this before. This is her MO, get married. Girl, take care of yourself. And so that's all I have to say about that couple. So we're going to go to Andine and Tigerlily. So Tigerlily is talking to her friends who are her hairdresser and somebody else that work for her. The same people that went to her wedding, okay? And you see her, and she's very pregnant. And they ask her if she's okay, and she starts off saying things like, well, he's wants to go back and forth to his country, to my country, and then come to find out he wants to keep his condo. Now, I do believe that if it's a condo that's already paid for, or then okay. Because he still has to go back and forth. And so what's the point of paying for a hotel when you have a condo? But if it's an apartment, then I would say no. Because if it's an apartment, you're still paying rent on it. And that's going to cost Tigerlily money, or, even if it's costing Andine money, their money is together. And that's a lot of money to spend. So you might as well just go to a hotel or think about buying property down there. But I think it's okay if he has a condo because, number one, he said he's coming down there every other month. And going to a hotel is going to be even more expensive. When they travel as a family, they have somewhere to stay. But then she drops a bomb on them, baby. She dropped the bomb on them. Then she dropped the bomb and said that he asked his brother to be a, what they call it, attorney, power of attorney, where he can go into their accounts and do whatever he needs to do. And so she felt like that's jeopardizing her and her money. What if they take the money and then she has no money? And so she needs to, her friend, she said she thinks she needs to have a post-nup. And they looking at her like, we told you that. We told you that. Now, I'm sorry, when you are old enough to be somebody's parent, I think Adnan, I believe he's 23 and she's 41 or 42. That's old enough to be his mother. I don't care if she cute. Of course, he marrying her. He saw her out. He knew she had money. Let's just keep it real. Let's just keep it real. Why would a 23-year-old want to really marry a 42-year-old woman? Honey, I don't care how tight your body is. I don't care how skinny you are. I don't care. You still don't have a body of a 23-year-old. This man, I have no doubt about it. This man married her for her wealth. And so the first thing this knucklehead should have done is get a prenup. I mean, people are delusional. Now, I'm not saying that every older couple don't work out, but a lot of them, when it comes to a man and a woman, don't. Well, when it comes to a woman being older, do not. Some of them do, but most of them don't. And you sitting up here with a bag, and you think this man ain't looking at that bag? Even though his family might have a bag, at 23 years old, how much money could he really possibly have? Let's keep it real. So, Tigerlily been, and I hate to use the word stupid, but she been not smart for a long time, from the beginning. She was too old to marry a man that she didn't know nothing about, that she gonna marry him when she first see him. She don't do her homework on his culture. She does not get a prenup. Girl, what's wrong with you? She letting this young man boss her around. She got to have a daughter close to this man's age. It was very naive of her. A lot of these women think that they're going to boss these men around and they're going to be the ones that, and it don't work like that. So I feel like Tigerlily is a doggone fool if she don't get a post-nup. And this man is telling her, and so her friends agree with her, so she goes and she calls up Adnan, and they're going through something, Ramadan, where he can't eat. He asking her, have you eaten today, baby? And she said, oh, I'm eating some pretzels. And you gonna eat in front of me? And so she begins to tell him how she feels about things. And he was like, I get an apartment wherever, whenever I want to. And then she was telling him about the prenup, post-nup. And he said, if your lawyer send me a post-nup, guess what? I'm not going to go to the visa meeting. And she's like looking stunned. And honey, he hung up the phone. So there it is. First of all, that's something he should have talked about with his wife. If she didn't feel comfortable about it, oh well, he should have not done it regardless of what she thought. Especially when you have her money is being available to you. So he is absolutely wrong about that. And if he's like, oh, well, I have businesses. Well, if I'm not there, he's supposed to be able to do this. Well, if you're not there, I think you say you're going back every month, then you can do it when you get there. Or you can do it on your own back. He shouldn't have no problems with her snatching her money away if this is just using his money. And if it's using her money, then it has to be an agreement. So he sounds like a fool. I wouldn't call him back, honey. She got enough money. She can afford nannies and everything else to take care of her baby. So I would call his bluff. So that just made me angry because I'm like, he's been an asshole. And you keep allowing this man to boss you around. You say you left another marriage that you was in the same situation, but because you got a young buck, you letting it slide. Girl, bad. You being a fool. Ain't no D that good. Okay, so next we're going to go with our last couple. We're going to go with Vanya and Josko. Okay, so Vanya is talking to her friend on the beach, and she's saying that Josko, he was like, Josko, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name right or wrong, but he said that she called him and he said, listen, you're very needy. I don't like it, and hung the phone up. 5 days later, he texted her and said, I can't do this. Okay. So she said that she's thinking back in her head what would make him act like this. She did mention to him that she don't know if she's ready for children. When she planned her life, it wasn't around kids. And she don't know how she feels about it, but she because her ex-fiance had a daughter and they broke up, and then she was unable to see the kid and she felt a certain way. And so she just doesn't know how she's going to feel about being around kids. And she was honest. And she said, I don't know if that was why he changed his mind. But at the same time, we talked about how we can make my studio into a baby's room, and how, I am open to it. And it's just not fair that he makes this decision and he doesn't talk to me about it. And she said, we really had such a strong connection, and I had sex with him that I just can't get over him. I just keep thinking about him. I'm supposed to go back and visit, and it was supposed to be me spending time with him and his son and family. And so I don't know whether or not I should still go. Will he want to see me? And so I think I want to call him and talk about it. And so she said, well, I just don't want you to go down there and you get the same treatment that Baza gave you. And so she goes to work, and on her break, she evidently texted him before the break. On her break, she sees that he did call her back. So she said, okay, now we're talking. So she calls him up, and he looked different. He looked like he put on a couple pounds. And he looked like, I didn't see the loving eyes that he had once before. So she says, hi. And he's like, hi. And she's like, I miss talking with you. And he's like, I miss talking with you. So she said, I'm supposed to be coming back to your country And I don't know if you would even want to see me. I don't know what happened. Why did you do what you did? And he said, I'm not proud about how I did things. I'm not proud about ghosting you. But I don't think there's nothing else to talk about. You made it very plain. And she said, I made what plain? You said you couldn't see children running around your house, messing up your house, and all of the things. And I have a child. And I didn't make a decision for us or you. I made a decision for what was best for my child. And I can't blame him for that. Because he told her he had problems dating, that a lot of women didn't want to accept his child, and he wants to get married, but it's important that he also finds a mother for his son. And if somebody says, well, I don't know, and I can't see a child running around my house, breaking stuff, messing up, I don't want you either. And so there's nothing to talk about. He is a package deal. She would not make a good mother if she said that. So she said, well, I understand I said that, but you also have to remember, I did say, hey, I'm willing, and it really is about me getting hurt from my ex that had a child, and we broke up, and I couldn't see. But I started saying I could see a crib here and making space and imagining us being a family. So I don't think it was fair for you to make that decision, because I probably, when I saw your son, would have fallen in love. So he was like looking at her. He put a little smile. And she said, what's the smile about? And he said, it really is good seeing you. It's good seeing you. I'm not really happy how I handled it. And she said, well, what do you think about me coming to visit? And he said, I'm going to have to give me a day or two to think about that, because this happened all of a sudden. You're calling me. I will have to give it some thought. But it is good seeing you. You're looking good. And he did give her a smile. Now, they ended up hanging up, and she's feeling like, wow, he didn't seem excited or any of the things. And so she really don't know what he's going to say to her. But she's going to prepare for the worst. Now, I feel like I said last week, I thought that maybe he wouldn't move, but now it reveals that he just didn't like what she was saying about children. And so I get it. And so I think he needs to keep on moving, but he may see her, because he really did have feelings for her. You could tell that he's attracted to her, and there was some feelings there. But I don't think he's going to end up being with her, because he's looking for a wife and somebody that wants to be a mother. And even though she's saying she probably will, but she's also saying she don't know. This man has a child. It's not just him. He's a package deal. And he ain't have time to play games and try to wonder what she going to accept his child or not. So I don't know what's going to happen. We're going to have to wait till the tell-all. Is he going to allow her to come back? Are they going to get back together? Or is he going to be like, you know what? Not going to happen. We will see all at the tell-all. So that's all I have. That's all I got. I just want to tell you guys that I'm going to be doing celebrity gossip this week. I believe we're going to have a Dear Angie. So make sure you tune in for the other videos this week. And thank you for watching my channel.